Hello there. I'm Ken Shepard. I'm a resident of Riverdale and a great fan of Homestars. When one of Homestar's top award winning people do a great job for me, I really enjoy um, making a testimonial for them. So, anyway, we had a water main break in our basement, and there was a crack right where the pipe came out of the floor, and water started filling the basement. We had to take up the floor. I had some housemates there, and we built a dam and tried to contain the water. And one guy stayed up all night mopping to make sure that the furniture and other materials in the basement didn't get damaged. And we knew we had to get the water turned off by the city, and the city did come out. But when they tried to turn it off, the valve, which was like 60 or 70 years old, was frozen, and they broke it, and so they had to come in and use tools to repair that. And when we finally got it turned off, we started digging down just to see what the pipe was like, and we found out it was galvanized steel. And I went to Home Depot and met Floyd, a wonderful fellow who described exactly how to dig down a little further and get the elbow and then see if we could get the pipe out. And if we could do an inexpensive repair just with our local handyman. And so we did dig, we found the elbow, and we said, oh my God, look, it's so fused, and we said, this job is beyond us. And if we try to take that pipe apart, we're going to break the elbow with the torsion and maybe break the line out, and then we'd be in deep trouble. So we decided to go with a professional. We went to HomeStars, and it was WaterGuard that responded promptly and very competently. And Michael, who's their chief salesman and customer liaison, he came out and talked to us. He was great, and we made a deal, had a very reasonable price. And the very next day at 8 a.m., well, actually a little earlier, the trucks arrived with their team, and they all very new, clean equipment, looked very well organized, and I realized they did a lot more than just lead water pipe replacement. And I looked in their truck, and I could see how well organized they were, how clean and efficient. So they went inside, and they're going to use a torpedo. They don't dig a trench. They shoot a torpedo through the earth using compressed air or something. I had to dig this hole to do that. And then I think this is the founder, Vasil, who's the founder of the firm, was showing me, it's what he's showing is hidden. I hope the next picture shows it. There it is. How corroded that elbow was. There was no way we were ever going to get that pipe apart. And then I looked at the amount of corrosion in the pipe, and then he showed me this one that went just below our water internal shutoff valve. And no wonder our water volume in the house was so weak. 100 years of corrosion. I'm so glad this was a job for professionals. So they did replace it with copper. Now, there was copper pipe above that had been installed about 1984, 85, and there was no residue there. But when they finished inside, they replaced the cement, which dried in about 24 hours. And they put in the pipe. You can see the pipe coming in, the new valve, and how it goes into my meter. So all of that worked very, very well. Now, then on the outside, this is the way it looked before they worked. And they came and had a great time digging a very surgical hole. It was very carefully done. And you can see that they put the sod to one side very neatly. And then they put the soil to one side very neatly. And then down in the hole, you can see the old lead pipe and the new copper pipe coming out. And that cross pipe is an old gas line long abandoned. But you can see the copper connected to the lead. And then they filled it up. And here's how it looked afterwards. I was delighted in how they had done it. Now, so their job was complete. And that could be the end of the story, except somehow the water main that the city had replaced, the water valve going to the main, somehow started leaking. And the city came the very next day and with 5 trucks. Oh my gosh, uh, something happened here. Okay, sorry. Um, the trucks came, and let me see, I made a little mistake, but I'm going to keep going. And it was quite a job. And they dug it up and vacuumed out the water that was down in there, brought this case on to protect them from falling sand, and then reinstalled a copper pipe from the water main connected to the lead pipe. Now, in a couple of weeks, the city's going to upgrade the whole pipe to an inch copper all the way to the house. It cost me an extra $500 to get the city to do that, but it'll be done in a couple of weeks, so I'm very happy. And they filled it in, and that's how it looked. And now actually there's a piece of asphalt. So I just thought other Homestar people would like to hear the story of what it's like to replace lead with copper. And let me tell you, I had 100-year-old pipes and galvanized steel. When I saw the corrosion, I said, have we been drinking that? Have we been showering that? If I had known, I would have had it replaced long ago. And the city program of subsidizing the pipe is wonderful. And the city did a great job. They were the ones that came and dug up and repaired this hole in the sidewalk and put in that new fixture. But the whole job has been very satisfying, and I'm very happy with the result. If you've got old galvanized steel pipes, please replace them and get rid of the lead and the galvanized steel. Okay, thanks. Hope this is helpful to some people.